Hi guys, happy Thursday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. And this is my take on the law school admissions test as a visually impaired candidate for law school. This has been a long journey to get us here. I am in Tampa, Florida. That is the testing center that was available, and that's where it all went down last Tuesday. I was a part of the October 24th retest group, and there was a lot of us. So let's get into it. I am poolside. It's 86 degrees here in Tampa, Florida, and guys, the breeze is coming in, so I was just getting ready to let you guys know that I'm not sure how long I can be out here by the pool because it's so hot. I'm pretty sure, sorry about that, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be flipping over soon, because every time I try to make these videos like 15 minutes or less, or even 8 to 10 minutes, they end up being like 25 and up. So it's right before dinner time. I'm gonna check out this Hilton's restaurant today, so I'm excited about that. And that's just that on that. This is the Hilton Tampa Airport West Shore. I've definitely enjoyed it. If you watch the vlog, then you'll see bits and pieces of the hotel. You'll see the pool, the view from my room. You'll see the cabana and the whole setup out here. So definitely check that out. I am posting a lot of shorts videos. By the time you see this law school admissions test review video, then there'll be a lot of vlogs, because I purposely did not upload vlogs from the summer. June, I was scheduled for the exam. I went for it. It didn't happen. And then I was scheduled for the June 21st retest. And so I have clips that'll be added to the vlog with me finally completing the exam, and then a ton of shorts. So be on the lookout for the next week. And really and truly, by the time you're watching this, there will be so many shorts and vlogs posted. I'm pretty sure maybe like 50. Because like I said, I have like 3-hour-long vlogs from April, May, and June alone that didn't ever get uploaded because they just weren't ready. It was like I felt incomplete about it, and I hadn't finished, and I didn't want another video where I'm going to take it and then I didn't. I wanted finally it to be a conclusion. So let's just get into it, because this is how it ends up being so long. But you guys say you love me, so hey, we're working through it together. So yes, why do I have a white towel on my head? Because it's so hot that the towel like attracts a little bit of a breeze, and it's like a barrier between the direct sun laying on my head and just makes me feel cooler. I will tell you guys that my eyes want to break from these shades, so after this video I'm going to take these shades off and just lay out here and let the sun bathe my eyes, and then go on and have some dinner. Shout out to codename Chanel, who said macaroni and cheese balls at Cheesecake Factory were delicious. I had those yesterday and they were. So I'm so happy that worked out. I actually got full off of that. I had a peach Bellini. They put a huge strawberry on my glass. Yummy. Y'all should have saw that on the shorts. And then I had what else did I have? Well, I made the mistake of eating the bread. Everybody knows they want to eat the brown bread with the butter. I ate the whole half loaf. Left the sourdough, even though I do like sourdough, but I like it for sandwiches more than anything, sourdough. and I like it for French toast, believe it or not. But I had that. By the time I drank that peach Bellini, ate those macaroni and cheese balls for the appetizer, and then had that bread, and I ordered, and I'm really shocked I did this, but I ordered the steak Diane minus the mushroom, and I don't like the taste of that. I really have to be in the mood for steak anyway, so I don't know. I'll pass. I never got into it. I never understand. Like, I'm not with the whole ordering steak at Cheesecake Factory. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. But regardless, I was full. I sat up there and had a Pellegrino after that and just enjoyed it. But anyway, guys, so let me see. So here we go. Let's get into it. Bottom line, the prep exams are way harder than, to me. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and that's get you prepared and get you to remembering lots of details and cutting to the chase. It's definitely helping you to organize your thoughts, learn how to use acronyms and sequences to as note-taking, as quick note-taking. It's helping you to highlight and not get lost in the sauce or extra tidbits that have nothing to do with the actual point or the question and the answer. So I will say, if you did not study, you probably do want to study, regardless, visually impaired or not. I would say that also the long-term studying approach, I feel like it's good and it's bad. A lot of people say study for it for like 6 months. I hear that all the time. 3 to 4 months is like the consensus. Like, everyone's gonna definitely say study for this for 3 to 4 months. If you're a person like me, that mathematics is very easy for you, if you were in the medical field for any length of time and you are very well versed on researching and reading large volumes of information and retaining it, like that's a norm for you, then I would say do casual studying over a certain amount of time, then leave it alone, then come back. I would say flip through some of these YouTube videos of people that have already taken the test. I would say, follow some of those rule of thumb, because sometimes when you're taking a standardized test, it really doesn't matter how well prepared you are or how much you know. It's really going to come down to like a few principles, and if you don't know those principles, then you're out of luck. I would say if your vocabulary is limited, if you are grammatically challenged, I would say you should take an English class, and you should start sign up for like a program that does daily challenge questions on building your vocabulary, learning prefix. Be very well versed on that. I would say that's going to help you and that's going to save you, because some of the terms, if you don't know what it means, then you could, go with, if it started out or ended it with ology, and ology is the study of, you could kind of piece it together. You see what I'm saying? Or if it's ending with the word I see, then that's condition of. And a lot of people that have studied medical terminology, then you've learned a lot. Even if you know RE at the beginning of a word, it means to do it again, right? So like things like that. are advantageous when taking these standardized tests across the board. And so if you do not have a strong math, strong English background, or strong grammar background, then you need to work on that outside of the prep. And then I would say too, don't be comfortable with not knowing the words and winging it and everything, because that can make the difference between 10, 20, 30 points. And so this exam, you can get a minimum of 120, which means you just read the instructions and click begin. And then the max is 180 points. So if you're looking to get into any law school or the top law schools, you're looking at getting a 170 or better. If you want to get into the next tier of law schools, then you would want to have a great GPA, and anything over 157 will get you into with a great GPA, and I do stress that. A great application, and for sure a 161 plus a great GPA. If you wanted to get into the top 50, top 100, then you could have a good GPA, a 3.4, and you could have a 150, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would still say like get 55, 57, and then you could get in. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. There's a lot of schools that if you're just looking to get into any school, because the school that you want to get into, you're just not reaching those marks, then you could, make sure that the school you want to get into will accept credits from another school. You could go to online school for a year and then transfer to the college of your choice. You could do that. So there's a lot of ways to get into law school. If you guys want me to do a video about options to explore when getting into law school and things to consider, definitely leave a comment down below and I will tell you guys. And if you guys want me to go step for step on the process of getting into law school, I will definitely do that for you as well. Okay, so those are the things I have to say about preparing for the LSAT. It is 4 sections, 35 minutes each. It is a writing sample as well. If you don't have the writing sample done, this will hold your scores. So even if you took your test on Tuesday and you don't have a writing sample, if you don't go on, I think they give you 8 days to do the writing sample after you take your exam, and then then your scores will be released. If you never provide a writing sample, your scores will never be released. Something else to consider, you do have, I think it's 5 days after your scores are released to accept or reject your scores. You can have your scores deleted, and it'll be as if you never took the LSAT. Nobody will ever see that you took it on October 24th or whatever day you took it, and then you can take the next one if you so choose. I would encourage you to do that if you got anything under a 145. If you got anything under a 145, I would tell you to just delete your score and get ready to take it again. And I would really spend some time right now while it was fresh, writing down notes of things that really were hard for you, and then I would look up like YouTube videos and tutors and like skills games and tests and things you could do to strengthen those areas to be better prepared. If it's hard for you to memorize things, I would take a note-taking class or watch videos on tips to take better notes. and I would definitely start playing games. And there are a lot of logic games and things like that available to improve your memory, and just go from there. So, right, the key is just writing the notes and connecting with your weaknesses, and then attaching that with programs and tactics to strengthen them. And don't get down on it, because all of us are fighting for our dreams, and there's no exact way that it's going to come to pass. Like, some people can sign up for this exam one time, never studied, and they get a 161. And they're going to the school of choice first app, and they're out. And then some people fight for years, like myself, to gain accessibility, and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. I literally sat for this like 25 times, no exaggeration, since last year, and worked through a lot of problems, identified a lot of problems, found out that even the visual candidate was going through connectivity issues, proctoring issues, technology issues. So it's not, a perfect process. And what is it? The race is not given to the swift, but to those who endure to the end. And that's real. So it's just time. If you take the anxiety off of it, the sadness and all that out of it, and you realize, like, well, what else do I have to do? Then you'll keep fighting for your dreams, and it'll come to pass for you. If you have the attitude like, oh my God, I guess this isn't for me, if you're a conspiracy theorist, if you get too emotional about it, if you're just really looking for this quick fix, then this is not for you, and law school is not going to be for you either, and the career of law is not going to be for you, because it's blood, sweat, and tears, and you're going to have a passion for this, and there's no quick answers. It's just constant regrouping, constant researching, collaborating, learning, and growing. That's the field that you're signing up for, and that's the experience through this process. I will tell you that I had to connect with candidate assistance quite a bit. I have a very lengthy file over there, talking about all my experiences. I've tried I've tried every last thing they could offer me, excuse me guys, to get this test accomplished. And even this time, there was no JAWS, job access with speech, which is the assistive technology that I use now, called Fusion, which is JAWS plus Zoom text, or also known as Magic, which is a magnification screen reader program. Now it's called Fusion, but LSAT is still utilizing JAWS, and it was not available like promised at the testing center, but I did have a reader. Okay, let's talk about that. Literally, you have to read. That was one of the top, when I was watching other law students and them talk about their journey and the experiences they had. I'm so thankful that, I'm gonna think of her name in a minute, but I'm so thankful that she said to make sure to read everything and follow instructions. And really, that is the truth. It's so many emails that you get, and literally, if you don't dot those I's and cross those T's, then that makes the difference between you getting signed up and not. Literally, paying your money is not enough. Literally, clicking the date and time you want to do it is not enough. It's never enough. You have to upload a picture. And like, at one point they said we didn't need to do that, it was optional. Then it became mandatory to do it. I just went through and did it all because I didn't need any more hindrances. There's an agreement that you have to agree to. If you don't do it, you don't get registered. Your registration is incomplete, and then they'll email you and they'll say, if you don't do this by this date, then you're no longer registered. There's like so many different things that you will get emailed or flagged about, and you have to keep calling all the time and double checking and making sure that it's done. I've gotten system generated emails that tell me that I'm signed up or registered for another test time and day that I did not even select. I've gotten emails that tell me, hey, we need you to confirm what is your assistive technology request. If you don't do it by this date, then you no longer have this accommodation, or it'll default to this or that. And you'll call in and they'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. And then you'll call in again, and then somebody will say, oh yeah, you didn't do that, so that's why you didn't get this. Like, really read everything. Make sure you double, triple, quadruple check, quintuple check. Just keep checking all the way, and read all those emails. So literally, I had a reader. My reader is a doctor. Shout out to Mike. I so appreciate you if you come across this video. Peace and love. It was really cool getting to know him through this process, because his best friend is a lawyer, graduating from law school and getting married this weekend coming up. So I thought that was so super cool. And I so appreciate, him donating his services to be a reader to me, so that I could get my test done no matter what technology difficulties we had. So technological, So anyhow, I was disappointed, though. I can't deny that I was disappointed that I did not have JAWS, because that made me solely dependent on my reader. And no matter who you have, there's dialogue, there's differences in dialect, accents, the way a person pronounces things, and that makes a difference on what a sentence could mean when somebody says in and if it's read quickly, then you don't know if it was in or an. So, or an. So an, and, or in. All three of those can sound the same, and depending on the sentence, you can't differentiate. So it's like a lot of different things. Overall, it was great. I was so thankful to be able to do the test. But I will tell you all that at the beginning, there was time where, they're still trying to collaborate to figure out why JAWS is not, accessible, what's happening. So, even though you get that pause, you can pause the exam and you can regroup with them and say, hey, yeah, this, that, try this, try that. But there was times when you had to unpause in order to try that, and then you pause back, and then you have to go back, allow him to read the question again, and then go from there, right? So it's just time that I lost at the beginning. So the first section I did not finish within time, and then the next section, I want to say I did finish in time. I don't remember anymore. But all in all, I only finished one entire section, and then the other three I finished about 95 to 99%. Like the last section I finished all, but I think the last two questions I don't remember. But if I would have had the use of JAWS, then I could have read at the rate that I read, and I could have maneuvered around, because JAWS is equivalent to what your eye does naturally. So if you jump around, skim, go towards words you're looking for, skim the article to find exactly what you're looking for, that's what I do with JAWS with my key commands. So it's different when you have another person there and then they're reading at the rate they read, because it's not, easy reading. And then you ask them, okay, go back to this. Do you see this? Do you see that? And then you have to give them time to do that and scroll and bring the document back up or down or what have you, wherever you need to get. And then another thing that I forgot, one of the tidbits that I promote you guys watching these videos from others' experiences, is we learned that we could use Control F as in Frank, which allows you to find words in a document instead of you having to jump all around. then you could find what you're looking for and then, you know, get to that answer quicker. So pretty much, you know, all the questions for each section were under 30 questions. And I just don't know how and I can't really comment on that, honestly, because I did not get to use JAWS. I will tell you all, it's a high probability that I'm going to take it again in November and pray that they have JAWS available. If they do, I will be able to give you guys a full review and tell you 100% how I feel about it. Because right now, with my reader and my experience, I still don't know how someone would be getting done within 35 minutes, you know. And maybe that's where that comes in with the logic games and the memory games and the note taking and the skills, you know. Then, you know, you learn to do a lot of things. I'm gonna tell you guys something else too. Be careful what videos and what you read, literature you take in about preparing for the exam, because some of it will make you not want to take the test at all. Because I remember watching this one particular guy's video, and I'm not going to say what channel he has and anything like that, because I don't want to put him down, because his content is valuable to someone, right? It's just not me. He started talking about different types of constructions of sentences and the difference between certain kinds of arguments. And I mean, this man was so deep into it, I was all the way lost. And had I really got consumed, because it was a very short video on top of that, had I really got consumed or bought into that, I had to understand that alone could have made me not take the exam. And I will tell you that even though I would say I could watch that video now just to get the takeaway, just to understand different types of arguments, and that's fine, right? I would say that information was not meaningful taking this exam. That's what I would tell y'all. So you have to, don't get overwhelmed. And that's why I say, if you're like me, don't spend all day, every day for months stressing out and getting ready for this exam and watching a ton of commentaries and then freaking out and thinking, oh, I gotta know this and I have to know that and all that. Because if you do that, then I watched quite a few people's videos and that have taken the exam multiple times and got the same score, or got a lower score, or they just got a score that's 1 point better, 2 points better. I mean, for me, I'm taking it again pretty much. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I haven't got my scores yet. Let's put that out there too. I haven't got my scores yet. I probably won't have that until next week, right? So, depending on what my scores are, then it's a high probability I will take it again regardless, though, because I want to do my personal best and I need JAWS to walk away with that satisfaction. But I would say in general, if you do not have an impairment, even if you do, just in general across the board, unless you have a score something like that ends in like an 8 or 9. So if you had a 148, 149, 158, 159, 168, 169, 178, 179. If you had any of that, fine, take it over and see if you could touch that next number. But if you have anything between 1 and even 6, 1 and 6, I would say leave it alone. Unless you're in that 140 conversation. If you're in that 140 conversation, then yes, you're taking it over, and that's that. And I already said, if you have under a 145 score, taking it over, that's happening if you really want to go to law school, or you're just going to have to pick from the easiest schools to get into, and then transfer to the school you really want to go to. So, and even with that, you guys, there's so much more to be said, because you have to pay attention to all that you're like, make sure the school you want to go to or transfer to accepts school credits from that school. You have to make sure that where you ultimately want to practice law, that state accepts your education from that school. Like, there's so many things. That's why I say I have to do a separate video on that, because then this video gets super mega long. But regardless, guys, that's pretty much my take on what I went through. There's breaks as an option. If you need accommodations, you have to make sure to, in addition to registering for the exam, you have to make sure you put your accommodations request in by a certain time frame. Then you have to review it and make sure that whatever it is you want, they say yes or no. Because they'll come back and ask you a third time, like, is this what you're doing? And if you have any discrepancies, then you need to do this, and there's a certain channel, like, you'll email this department or respond to this email. Like, they have all those type of requests, and so they'll give you a certain amount of time, and then after that you're locked into whatever you're locked in for that exam, unless you're going to take the exam at a later time. So that's pretty much it. I took all my breaks. I did not think I was going to take all my breaks, and I took every last one. I spent all of the time. I did not think I was going to spend all the time that I was allotted, and I spent every last minute of every last section. I brought a peach mango drink. I brought a cranberry apple raspberry drink. I brought a bottle of water. I brought Altoids. They don't even let you bring gum into the exam. That's another thing. When Prometric schedules you, read through that list of no's and yeses. They want, you will not be able to do it, so they have lockers there for you to put the things that they say absolutely not. You do have to request to have snacks and all that with you, so it's down to that. You can't have it. You really do have to have your identification, and even your locker key. All of that has to be on the table at all times, where they can see you, they can see your face. And literally each section I would drink a whole drink, and I wouldn't be like shocked when it was the time was up, like, oh wow, I really took it. And then I'd be thinking, okay, this next section I'm going to not take up that much time, and I'm not going to take a break and I'm just going to go straight to the next section. Nope, I would take up the whole time, and then I would take the break. So definitely bring some things with you. Even if you can't bring it into the test with you, when you take your break, you're going to need it. You will not have enough time to eat anything but beyond a Kit Kat or something, a Kind bar, granola bar. Like, you won't be able to eat a sandwich, nothing like that. So I do recommend that you get a good night's rest before you take this exam. A couple hours is not going to do it. It is tiring. Mentally, it's tiring. And so get you a good night's rest. I would say don't talk to anybody. Don't talk to anybody who frustrates you or who is really challenging dealing with them. They take up a lot of your energy. I would say don't talk to anyone like that. Definitely 24 hours before the exam. I would say eat a really good dinner as well. Have a plan for you to eat something good in the morning. But I will say this too. I would say eat light. Like, I ate a Kind bar, and honestly the way that I ended up eating was not my plan. I actually thought I was going to have breakfast, but I just stayed in the bed too long. So just grabbing those drinks and a bar, and what did I have? Kind bar, those drinks, and I had my Altoids, and that was it. And that saved my life. If you don't have anything, you're gonna really be mad. Even coming out of there, I had brought a pack of fruit with me that I never got to eat until it was over, and then I ate that outside of the center while I was waiting on my ride, and I was so hungry. I was like, oh my god, I gotta eat. So have food, have snacks, have drinks, somewhere close by at your fingertips. Get a good night's rest. Try your best, and take a nice bath, relax, drink you some nice tea, whatever it takes for you to get in the bed. If you're like me, then you're going to be jumping up all morning thinking that you overslept and all that, because check-in is at 7. They open at 7 and check-in is at 7. So, and they tell you to be there by 7. So, that's the end of that, guys. Those are my tips so far, and I will come back and then I'll let you guys know any questions you have. I'll answer them in the next video, and then I will talk to you guys about my scores and where I'm possibly taking the November exam, and we'll just keep going all the way to the first day of school, because that's what 2024 is all about, guys. I absolutely love these types of videos. I feel like that the wealth of information, like the shared experience, it just helps you so much, and it just makes you feel like you have like a support system, and like, a part of a group that gets it. And because so many people will tell you like, oh, you can't do this, or oh, why do you need to do this, or oh, like you're going through so much trying to do this. Like, you'll get a lot of pushback and a lot of support for you to bow out gracefully, quote unquote. But to be able to get on like a platform like YouTube and connect with others that's going through the same thing or already been through what you're going through, and for them to give you advice, it just means everything to me. Even watching them going out here and working as lawyers and conceding, like a lot of them, guys, the lifespan for lawyers is 5 to 7 years. That's it. 5 to 7 years. So even knowing that really was helpful, and then getting to hear them talk about their experience and why they went the way they went, where they went, and them getting another license in another state, and that, and working for big law versus just a lot of things, guys. So I really enjoyed it. It's been really encouraging too, because a lot of the YouTubers and influencers that I watch, the time has gone by so fast. Watching them get their degree in 3 years, watching them going on, they're getting their internships by the second year, pretty much by the summer after the first year, they're getting their internships, their jobs, their experiences, and so on. So it's just really exciting, and I'm thankful to be a part of this journey and to share this with you all, because I'm pretty sure there'll be other visually impaired users, candidates along the way that will end up connecting with my video and saying like, hey, thank you so much, this was so inspiring, and and that's what we're here for. We're blessed to be a blessing, guys. What we overcome turns into a blessing and an open door to those behind us, and that's what it's all about, So cool. I'm getting ready to eat. I'm starving. I'll probably come back and show you guys what I'm eating, and then we'll just go from there. I hear something popping to the left of me. I'm about to show y'all, and I'm kind of scared that it might be an animal or something. Y'all, whenever I think about Florida, I think about iguanas, and what the heck, I think about like iguanas and like lizards and stuff like that. And so I'm always like want to keep my cane super close by, so that no matter where, I can kind of like shoo them away, because you guys know I don't know if they're here or not. So anyway, that's what's going on, y'all. Hugs and kisses, praying that you guys are having an amazing Thursday, and I'll see you on the next clip.